So we're going to discuss with friends and ourselves about the movie. We threw it out to the Facebook friends, right? Our buddies. Hey, we want to review a movie. What should we watch? For some odd reason, a lot of our friends that I'm starting to question recommended Abducted in Plain Sight on Netflix.
I question every single one of their individual choices in life.
So before we get into what we think about this movie, two things. That's two, not four. What we need to discuss, one is this is going to be heavy in spoilers. So if you plan on maybe watching this movie sometime in the future, stop watching.
Turn this off now.
Yeah, because you're going to know everything that happened before we're done, especially what the old man did to his buddy. But
you can't wait for it. You can't wait for it.
I cannot wait to talk about that part.
Get through the disclosure.
Oh, and so the spoilers, don't watch if you haven't seen it. Second thing, apologies for last night. We both thought that it was Facebook was set up the same way, that you could just invite anyone on Facebook. It's not. So don't go live with your friend and think you're going to invite them on Facebook. Use Zoom. It's free. And
hashtag blame Travis.
Hashtag blame Travis. That's why I got you a disclaimer, dude. I didn't want you to go mad at me for the blame Travis thing. All right. So, Travis, before we get into breaking down the thing like we do when we did Game of Thrones stuff, fill me in. Let's start with you. What was the thoughts, buddy?
Oh, man.
Well, can we toast Kenny Rogers real quick? I meant to say.
Yeah, you know what?
Give the man a toast.
To the gambler. To the gambler.
Kenny. I meant to remind.
All right.
Okay,
now we can move on.
All right.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't watch a preview. All I saw was the picture. Didn't look into anything else, and went into it blind. And I'm kind of glad I did, because if I knew what it was about, I'd have probably adamantly declined to watch that one, because that was disturbing, freaking stem to stern the whole way through.
There was no doubt, as I knew a little bit about the movie, there was no doubt that I thought you were going to get wind of what it was, and that there was no way that you were going to watch this movie. I knew you were going to it was going to gross you out and despise you.
Yeah.
So
we watched it here, and I think everybody's faces was, I don't think any of us said anything throughout the entire movie. It was just all kind of glances like, what the fuck? Pretty much. Sorry. Listen, if we would have gone on last night, I would have been swearing like nobody's business. But
who'd you watch it
with? Me and Tracy were watching it last night. So it was one of those. Yeah, nothing like that to set the mood for the evening.
Oh my God. All right. You ready to get breaking down this bad boy?
I think we both went to bed in the fetal position last night is what it was. Yeah, rocking back and forth.
I basically, after watching this movie, I've realized that I'm a pretty good parent. You know,
yeah. You do a good job, buddy.
That was a documentary of the worst parenting job ever.
All right. Of all times.
Let's roll. Let's get into the parts we want to talk about. So, as we've all, well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Holding back a loud burp, and then I know I almost started giggling because I see the notepad full of notes that you got right there.
Ready to go, man. Ready to go. I know you were taking notes.
I didn't. No, I was too angry.
You remember right now?
What?
You've already forgotten half the movie.
Yeah, I wanted to. That's why I didn't write it down. I didn't want to remember this shit. Jesus Christ.
All right, let's get rolling. Are my kids in the backyard? Which one of you are back there? Oh, my wife. Okay, that's all right.
It doesn't count as a kid.
Kids in the backyard while you hear us talk about this. So, movie opens up, and it's these. What are you laughing at?
Your kids listen to this whole situation right
there. Back there, they're not listening.
I see them back there
with creepy photos. Like the first warning sign, they become best friends, and the dude's over at their house taking a ton of creepy photos of their daughter. right? Like putting those up there. And
yeah,
then, good.
That should have been the I don't know. That should have been, the little red flag right there, right off the bat.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, some of the poses he had her in too.
A little awkward.
Highly awkward, Travis, for your neighbor over there taking pictures. This is in the 70s, right? The mid 70s?
Yes.
Oh, Dan, we're talking about Abducted in Plain Sight. It's a documentary on Netflix. I highly recommend if you have a daughter, don't watch it.
Josh, the answer to your question is Travis Smith wins ping pong every day of the week.
Yeah, I wouldn't even battle that. It wouldn't even be close. I concede. So that's what part was where it kind of starts. We're like, okay, I see where this is already going to go. And then these parents let him take her on a horseback ride, right?
Right.
And that's where it starts is they're like, no, we don't know. It's a school night. Oh, I'll have her back in no time. 5 days later. 5 days.
Yeah. We're just out hanging out. What the fuck? I mean, seriously.
5 days before they called and they didn't even call the cops. They called the FBI after 5 days. Like her daughter and the neighbor disappeared. And this is like in the first 5 minutes, isn't it? Like first 2 minutes?
Yeah, right off the bat. Wait, hold on now. I know you got it written down. Something else happened very shortly after that you've been wanting to get to, but
oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it.
I forgot that came before the first abduction came before
they didn't
Bob Handy.
They didn't get into what happened to the abduction until like 30 minutes into the movie.
All right, that's right.
Because they literally say like, yeah, basically he abducted her, and then they tell all the in between, which is where the shit just gets insane with the parents. And so they didn't call the cops, or they called the FBI after 5 days, and they called them on the weekend and got the answer machine, and then didn't call the cops. They're like, oh, we'll wait till Monday.
We'll wait because he's with B. They take pictures together with one another. What could go wrong?
He's with B. So then they finally get the wife, B's wife, right? It's Bob Birchtold is the molester guy, right?
Right. Yes.
Jan is the girl.
B. I know him as B. That's how I write him, and that's how I write him now.
That's how you printed him on Facebook. Oh wait,
God, I know we're not supposed to laugh at this, but I'm just so damn uncomfortable.
I'll get you through.
It's uncomfortable laughter. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. They've all seen it.
Thanks, Tim. I wasn't apologizing to you.
Okay, thank you. So the other part in the beginning of this, when you're realizing how clueless, do you agree though it's actually a documentary of how clueless these parents were and how worthless they were?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. It's pretty much that's what they pinpointed. It's the shittiest parenting job of all time.
Yeah, they didn't want to hurt B's wife's feelings. They didn't want to alert the media and cause a lot of stress. The FBI dude said he had to convince the parents that their daughter was kidnapped. They're like, "No, she's okay."
Yeah, and it's like, no, it's not okay.
He's like, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that they were kidnapped. Is your food ready? I see you looking. Is your food ready?
Looking. I'm going to show everybody right now. Right. Hold on, guys. Yeah, because everybody here. Oh,
Courtney,
good Lord. That's a terrible look.
What's up, Brandy, Lauren, John?
I know it doesn't look good. It looks like a pile of little gravy in there. It's a little Mississippi pot roast in the skillet.
Looks great.
Yeah,
sure does. Helper?
I just had to do that. No, it's not Hamburger Helper. God dang it. A name like Grill Master Trav. You think I'm cooking Hamburger Helper?
If John Conway's on here
every day of the week,
food, he may shred it, just so you know. What's up, John? Shout out to John Jones. All right, so let's get back to where we're John, you really walked into an awkward spot here because your boy Tim's going to go a little south. It gets into where all of a sudden they
were riding around in a car.
The brother, they panned to him.
That's right.
And this guy is the greatest character of all time. He's like, Bob is always a pervert. Like he
It's also the worst brother ever. Never gonna stick him. I knew that dude was butt diddling people on the regular. You know what I'm saying? This guy, and man, he might have needed to pay attention to the dentist a little bit more.
It went from you kind of wondering if B was a pervert, you know, a molester guy, and his brother's like, kaboom.
Yeah,
I've always
bitch was a
known
pervert.
Oh my god, that guy. He stole the show though for me. He was funny, dude.
I think it's just because it was the sleeveless shirt with the sleeveless black shirt.
And he ran a car lot. And he had a used car lot. You know you love that.
He's legit.
So he's legit. So in the middle of this, we find out that one, the mom and B are getting down.
Yeah.
Right? Jan's mom, who got abducted by this guy, is getting down with the abductor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's the first part.
Yeah. And
which was weird to begin with, because this guy's making his moves across the whole family here.
Yeah, right. Like he went from Jan to Jan's mom, and my boy wasn't done there. Wasn't done there.
No, he sure wasn't.
Next thing you know, they show the dad, and he says that B came by his work. His dad was what, in his 40s at the time, probably?
Something like that.
B comes by his work and says, hey, my wife has me sexually frustrated. What, do you want to go for a ride?
Sure. Sure. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, B. I'm here for you. Goes on a ride, and long story short, gives B a hand job in the parking lot on his lunch break. Right?
Well, I was what's a friend supposed to do? A next door neighbor that's banging my wife and abducting my daughter. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
I don't think I've ever had a friend that I'm just that close to.
Hey, man, you know what? I'm falling on some hard times here.
Yeah.
No, that's
someone can use that for the coronavirus excuse. This coronavirus has me really stressed out, Trav. I need some relief. You got me? Oh my God.
Yeah, that was the one I think where kind of had to put pause and stand up and walk around for a minute. Like, all right, this is really getting messed up.
Well, dude, that's exactly what I had to do when I was watching it. I paused it because one, I was dying laughing because this guy was just like, he's so old now, and he's like, I had to relieve him with masturbation, and like it was no big deal.
No big deal. It's just like, oh, whatever. Sure,
curious.
fella. Sure, fella. I don't know if you know, but my hands are kind of callous today.
But they never went into more detail on like.
No, that was it.
If it happened more than just that one time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure. Hey, listen, somebody just came up with a good drinking game here. Every time you touch your face, somebody's got to take a drink.
Me?
Yeah, apparently you do that a lot.
Oh,
I think everybody should take a drink every time I take a drink.
There you go.
Because this conversation makes me uncomfortable.
I'll wash my hands after this, Frank. I hope you're happy. All right. So we hit that part. Oh, and then Trav, the other part was therapy. He tells these parents that his therapist.
Oh, yeah. He's got to lay down in the bed and be around young children. That's part of his therapy.
Right.
But it was the 70s.
Do you remember how many times he did it?
What was it, 9?
4 times a week over 6 months.
Oh, there's a lot more than 9.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where I got that number from.
Just completely made it up.
4 times a week. So Monday through Thursday. She got the weekends off.
She got a 3-day weekend from this weirdo.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. And parents are like, oh, yeah, sure. You abducted her. And you got a handy from my husband, and you're trying to get with me. But yeah, sure, go ahead. Lay with her for the next 6 months.
She wasn't abducted yet when that was going on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it hadn't happened yet, which is amazing. Like, why do you have to abduct her when he was already laying with her 4 nights a week anyway? And this girl was what, 12?
I think she was 11 or 12 at that point.
So, all right. So then halfway through, they finally get to the kidnapping. And basically, this girl wakes up in an RV and they have like the Christmas story happening in Mexico with aliens, which being an alien lover, I really kind of enjoyed that part of the sci-fi. I'm like, oh, at least they got aliens in here.
Yeah, they're throwing aliens in for all the wrong reasons, Tim.
Yeah, it was straight. It was like she said, it was the Jesus story, except for aliens.
What if every alien encounter was actually B pulling people over and, you know, giving them the little nighttime vitamins and getting busy with them? That's what I'm thinking. Every anal probing happened from B.
Yeah, because then he also, I come to find out, every time she took her allergy meds, it was just sleeping pills.
Yeah.
Just giving her. And old mom and dad were like, he's the best.
He's the best neighbor ever. He's always watching her.
He's so charismatic. What do we got going on here? We got, is this a good series? Frank, you ain't going to like it, bro. I can tell you that right now. I won't like it. And, yeah, Courtney's right. It is quite nice. So I'm getting
heckled by everybody eating dinner in there. You're not going to eat any of this? I'm going to eat it. Hold on.
You should just eat in front of everybody and really just gross them out.
No.
So
it's not attractive.
They finally catch this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the parents drop all the charges.
That's because homie got the handy. He didn't want the handy business coming out.
That was literally the only reason they didn't charge this guy was because mom and dad didn't want him to get out. That dad had homosexual relations with B.
Yep. Yeah.
What narcissistic
Again, we come back to this documentary is about the worst parents ever.
The ongoing theme. And dude, the entire time I'm watching it, I'm thinking the whole time, why are they doing this? Like, why did they agree to this? Like, they must have gotten paid a ton of money because I don't know how.
Doesn't look like that guy was very wealthy.
Who, the dad?
No, B. Who are they getting money from?
Netflix.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about Netflix.
Yeah, like B was sliding the money on the side.
He's doing cash.
No, not that.
Here's a roll of nickels.
So, dude, this was the other funny thing for me was they signed the affidavit. He got all charges dropped. He moves and goes to his bro's car lot. And I was thinking the entire time watching this, I was like, this guy's the greatest salesman of all time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like everyone's like, he's lovable. Like, we trust him. He's tagging the dad. He's tagging the mom. Everyone like thinks he's the greatest human ever.
And he's an alien.
He's a great salesman. And his brother, like, he came to work for me on the car lot, and he sold everybody everything.
He was real good at it.
Yeah, he was like the #1 producer for car selling.
Mm-hmm.
The dude,
brother was proud.
Yeah,
I've never been more proud of him.
He could be like the Tony Robbins of abductors. He could do a course on it or something. He was like that good of a salesman. That guy.
I'm glad we didn't hear him talk that much. The videotapes were creepy enough.
The only time you really heard him talk was, you heard the audio, right, of the call.
That was it. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that you didn't hear any more from the dude. Obviously, he couldn't.
At that court scene at the very end, remember?
Yeah.
So then you have, let's see, what else we had? Oh, the dad files for divorce once he found out that his mom had, after the abduction, Trav.
The second one.
The second, no, it was in between the first and the second abduction that she
filed for divorce?
An affair with him.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm glad you took notes. Look at
Yeah,
Josh. Hold on. Look how satisfied Josh is with his dinner. He's loving it. It's so good.
Right in front of you.
Sitting right across my computer.
Pulled up right on you. Yeah, good picture, buddy. I like it. You did show me pictures of Baby Yoda. So, anyways, what was I was talking about? Oh,
hello. This has gone off rails real quick.
Well, you're showing food shots. I got my kid.
I can't help it.
Pictures of Baby Yoda on the side of the room here. But then he gets all charges dropped. He's killing as a salesman. You got to mute that, whatever that is.
Josh, you got to mute that. We can all hear it. Thanks. Eating dinner and now it's just rude.
The dad files for divorce.
Yes.
And he says it was the worst day of his life.
He starts crying. I was upset. I was very sad.
I was like, the worst day of your life wasn't signing the affidavit, dropping the charges.
No.
This one.
No, that wasn't bad.
It was when your wife was banging your child's abductor for 8 months.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that part. That part upset me a little bit. I guess I'll go ahead and divorce her.
He drew the line. He's like, that's it.
That's enough. I've had.
So then, then the Jackson Hole thing happened. He moved out the Jackson Hole, and that's when the second abduction happened.
That was when she went after him, though.
She said she was going to go after him, and then the mom.
Then he put her in a Catholic damn school.
No, dude. I told you wouldn't remember.
I know, I can't. That's why it's best to do it the night of.
You should watch like 5 minutes prior. No, dude. She sent. B went to work out at Jackson Hole to run an amusement park. She sent the daughter out to the amusement park to work for 2 weeks with B because she was threatening to leave and all this other stuff. And
so when did the mom realize that he was such a Casanova? Was it when he was working at the amusement park? She's like, oh, this is.
No,
I knew I loved this guy for a reason.
That he was a carny.
He's spreading pixie dust on the tilt-a-whirl.
No, man. It was they messed around before the first time she was abducted. And then before the second time she was abducted, they were messing around for like 8 months or 6 months or something. And then she got abducted again. And that's when she went to the Catholics. They found her in the Catholic school after, I don't know how long it was. Months?
So like 4 or 5 months.
I already feel. Oh, John asked what city it was in. What city was it in? I don't even remember.
It was Utah.
Shocker.
Somewhere in Utah.
No offense, Utes.
I can't remember where else it was. Idaho and Utah.
Wasn't that Eddie Murphy's Saturday Night Live course he sold? Idaho. Ew. You gotta bomb once in a while, man. You know that. So then they finally catch this dude, and by the way, I had it written down. They played phone tag. 3 months. She was gone 3 months, bro. There it is. 3 months. I found it. She was gone 3 months. They had no idea where she was at. And that's when B kept calling the lady saying, you're never going to see your daughter. Remember all that?
Yes. Yeah. And he was like literally talking to her. They was talking to the parents. Well, I haven't talked to her in a while. And blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, the dude been talking to her the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. Have you talked to Jan? Nope, I haven't. Or I talked to Jan and she said this. And they're believing everything this guy's saying.
Because, I mean, after all, he is an honest fellow. It's not like he's abducted their daughter before. He hasn't gotten a handy from dad or some risky business from mom. So obviously we should trust this guy because he's got Jan's best interest right at the forefront.
Good Lord. So then Jeff Hornsby said in Utah, they were Jehovah's Witnesses? Were they?
I don't know if they were. I don't know that they, maybe they were. I don't know.
Dude, Jeff Hornsby said they were, and he knows a lot. What's up, Jeff? He probably does know. You gotta look that up later. So she disappears. They find her in the Catholic school, and then a couple more points I had. If you got anything else you want to add to it, but
no, it's all messed up, Tim. There's not a whole lot to add other than that was a fucked up movie. It was.
But dude, I'm sorry. They sent her 5 weeks of drama camp like a year later.
Sure, we're gonna let you go. You know what? You've done such a good job. You probably don't have any childhood drama or trauma that you need to get past, anything like that. Why don't you go ahead, go to the drama camp.
Again, like you're seeing this go down. You're like, these are the worst parents ever.
Yeah.
So I was always wondering though, like why they were doing it. And then the book thing came out at the end. And that's maybe why I thought it was. They were doing it to sell books. I just couldn't imagine why.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the ending. They were selling some damn books.
But the book,
and then he was coming around and hanging out at the book presentations and shit.
Yeah, they put a restraint or got some kind of weird restraining order on him. I don't know what, like the Pkwy.
How weird could the restraining order for a guy that abducted you, slept with your mom, and hand diddled your poppy?
Your dad rubbed one out in the Arby's parking lot. Oh God. But the guy also had he got convicted of all this stuff, and he literally served 1 month in jail, or like 45 days.
That's all. That's one hell of a lawyer. I don't know, dumbass laws. There's got to be laws in Utah.
Can we talk about who's Jeremy? Jeremy Deringer's just getting wrecked watching this. By the way, like,
as a fellow teacher of Mariner High School, now at Island Coast.
Thank God for bourbon. Listen to this story. I'll never watch this movie. But
no,
dude,
don't do it. Don't watch it.
One of my favorite parts, though, man, was at the end when he's like, "I'll never make it in prison again." And they pan to his brother, and he's like, "Yeah, he took a bunch of pills and drank Kahlua and milk and died."
He died. He killed himself. That was the ending. It was just like, oh, well, I feel like that was kind of a easy way out. But, you know, it would have been better if he got, like, you know, maybe what he deserved in prison. I don't know.
With Kahlua and milk. Like,
isn't that a White Russian? Isn't Kahlua, milk, and vodka a White Russian? That's what the dude drinks, man.
Yeah, the dude drinks it, but he ain't trying to kill himself.
Well, you gonna take your pills, you might as well drink it down with a White Russian.
I just think it was hilarious. The guy killed himself on a White Russian.
It was X-Lax the pills that he took too. Well, that's what I heard.
Oh man. I do. That's all I got. But yeah,
I don't really have anything more to add to that shittiest story of all times. I never felt dirtier when I got away from the TV than that moment. Well, there was some pretty crappy Game of Thrones scenes that made you uncomfortable, but those were actors.
that wasn't real life.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, so you won't be watching Abducted in Plain Sight Part 2?
No, there better not be a Part 2.
Yeah, it's coming out next month.
That's sweet.
No, it's not. I'm just making that up.
No. What do you think about Ozark?
I love Ozark.
I know you do.
What do you know when it comes out?
This Friday, the 27th.
Okay. So you want to do that? Were we doing a nightly one of that?
Yeah, but not on a Friday night. That's a terrible idea. Friday night is not a good idea. Bro. I know I'm a grown-ass man, but Friday night's never a good idea. No, it won't end up well.
We're the complete opposite. Like Friday night for me, I'm like passed out by 9 9:30 doing kid stuff or whatever. You're just getting revved up, ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm falling asleep.
I know. That's why Sunday at 8:00 is always a good time.
All right, well, we got to
never a good.
We got to figure out how many episodes we want to do.
All right.
Hey, if anyone's still watching this, let us know if Jeremy needs a shower, he said. But if anyone's watching it, where'd you go, dude?
I didn't mean to. I went low battery. I'm back.
So, if you want to, you got another recommendation. I heard Tiger King out there mentioned a few times.
I saw something about that when I was looking. I saw a preview on that.
Amber Strack mentioned it, and someone is it about like the tiger killers that got killed? Roy and whatever Siegfried Roy?
No, it's not about them. No, it's about some dude. I don't know. I probably won't know it even after I watch it. Just like today.
All right. What else? You good on this? So you would, if you had to recommend this to someone, you would say what?
Don't watch it. It's awful unless you're into watching disturbing shit about people that are disturbing people. Then maybe you'd be into it, but no.
Yeah, I think like your true
not my thing.
Your true crimes people, that type of crowd that eats up those movies.
Yeah,
would probably dig it. The ones that watch like I'm a serial killer, like those type of things. You're gonna dig this one probably. But dude, it's really it's a sick story, but it's also just such a pump up for me and my parenting skills that like I'm not.
Yeah, you know what? You come out feeling like, you know what? My kids are gonna be all right. They are gonna be all right.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
Oh my
all
God.
Right, buddy. You got anything else to add?
All right, man. No, I'm good.
We need to check through, make sure we didn't miss anything.
Well, the wrap up. We're only
John
38
Jones,
minutes in.
Family that raises tigers. He must have watched it. Oh, Jeff recommended Tiger King, dude. If Jeff Hornsby recommends Tiger King, we got to watch that. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah. Dude,
all
Jeff
right.
The freaking animal whisperer, man. Like legit.
All right. That'll be the next one.
What the hell is Jeff Hornsby podcast I did? If you want to know more about the fella. Oh, Amber Strack is there. If you guys watch, she's the one that mentioned it.
Yeah, she's the one that says we need to have. Yep, got to have live shots of our face.
Oh, you're reading it too.
I am, Tim.
Can you do
this
that?
time? I got two devices in front of me at this point.
Oh, that's right.
It's exciting.
When we used to do that all the time. All right.
All right, buddy. You have a lovely evening. I'm going to eat the delicious food I just made.
I almost want to keep you on here for as long as
I know you do. You just want to keep making this last longer and longer and longer. Then it all goes to my hips.
Hey, fun time. Thanks for watching. Say thanks to everyone for watching if they watch.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hang out. Stay safe. And we do it again. We'll let everyone know. See you later, guys. Thanks.
Peace.
Bye, Travis.
Bye, Timothy.